Hey, it's Nancy from Two Baldwin Homes at Keller Williams and J Metro Group. Today, I wanted to have a conversation with you guys a little bit and to go in depth a little bit more about some of the things that we've been talking about. We've been talking about how the COVID effect has had a negative economic impact on a lot of the folks in this country. And I actually make notes because I really wanted to make sure I got this out in a way that was somewhat organized as opposed to what I normally do, which is just sort of talk. Um, so this conversation started because a colleague of mine said, and he was doing a refinance on his primary residence, but he had actually a large number of investment properties. And he said that when he went to go do the refi, the mortgage company went and spoke to every single one and researched every single one of his investment properties to make sure that he had not taken a forbearance on any of those properties. And apparently, had he taken a forbearance on any of those, then it would have killed his actual primary residence refi, even though I believe he had an LLC for the that was handling that the investment properties were under an LLC. Okay. So what this indicates to me is that the mortgage companies are being extraordinarily vigilant. Now, I don't know if you remember, but a few weeks back, I talked about the fact that even though banks had promised that forbearances, many of us have taken forbearances, here in America, that the forbearances were not going to affect our credit scores negatively. But even though they have not affected our credit scores negatively, they have impacted our ability to get a new mortgage and possibly to do a refi. So bearing that in mind, 7% of this country is in forbearance right now. 7%. And from what I could tell, there has been an uptick of 2 or 3% in the last quarter for people who are in 90 days, 90 days plus of not being able to pay their mortgage. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is essentially, in the end, a possible K-shaped recovery out of this COVID. Now, this is assuming that we get a good vaccine soon. Okay. But that the recovery of this market that we're seeing, the high unemployment, et cetera, the recovery of this market is essentially a K-shaped recovery in the sense that the people who are at the higher end of the income scale, they're seeing their jobs be secure. They're seeing their salaries stay stable and possibly even higher. And those who are in the entertainment industry, those who are in the service industry, restaurants, in these industries, where possibly, they might be at the lower income scale in the first place, we're seeing these jobs not necessarily come back. Okay. Not only are we seeing them not come back, we're now seeing a lot of these folks moving into, 90 days delinquency on their mortgages. Okay. Um, I know what that's like. As you guys know, my story. So I think at this point, one of the things that I'm looking forward to and that I'm watching for over the next year is are we going to get a vaccine in place? All right. Because historically speaking, even with the vaccine, we're looking at a 2-year recovery of the economy after that. Okay. In terms of the damage that's been done. I know that these are some thoughts that I put on paper for you guys. I will try to have better information for you as we move forward relating to what I think the larger effect is on the economy. Okay. Feel free to reach out at any time if you have any questions. It's still a really good time to sell a home. It is certainly an interesting time to buy one, and the mortgage rates continue to be low. So if you have any questions at all, you're welcome to give me a buzz, 917-992-3098. And I look forward to speaking with you guys real soon, and I'll see you guys next week here.